Well, conversely, like, what about the times when you are really passionate about something, but then you have a room full of skeptics? How do you advocate without alienating?
Well, you have to educate
Yeah.
people. You can't speak down to people.
Mhm.
You have to explain it to them. Obviously, some people don't engage in good faith kind of like discussion.
Mhm.
They've already come in with a preconceived idea of what they want.
Yeah.
Um, but you just have to put your message out and just kind of campaign. And some people get it, and some people won't. And you just gotta just do that and just keep it moving.
Yeah.
So I think that even like with the various presidents, even Trump, Obama, Biden, all of them, and like I've never agreed with any person on everything. But a lot of people are good at explaining and trying to advocate and get their message out. And so I for me it's like, you just have to try and educate people.
Mhm.
It's different. I went to college, and being in college, you're kind of like in a bubble a little bit.
Mhm.
And then once you leave college, you're back out into the real world.
Yeah.
In East Palo Alto, like I think it's I don't know the percentage of people who even have any sort of a bachelor's degree more, or even sort of college experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so their education level and their level of thinking isn't kind of on the same level as you are. So you really have to break it down and make things simple.
Mhm.
You can't come at a high level because then people will think that, you're trying to be better than, oh, you're better than them. You think you know everything. I'm going to show you, so you kind of have to break things down, make things simple. You might have to do a little bit more explaining of complex ideas and concepts. But you have to understand and you have to know the audience, that you're speaking to. And then you have to kind of change your message to that audience. It's like if you're doing marketing, it's the same thing. You have various segments. And even when I was like out campaigning, you might have a segment for Latinos. There's Latinos who are immigrants versus people who might be citizens.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of diversity even within the Latino community.
Yeah.
Like a lot of Latinos might be more Republican,
Yeah.
say, versus in the African American community, we have a lot more Democratic people, and you can even look at the elections results.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, every community, we have a lot of Pacific Islanders, and a lot of, that's a unique thing about East Palo Alto. So every sort of community has their own needs, and you have to kind of tailor your message to all these different communities. You have to get a good understanding of your community. You got to know your community so that when you are putting those messages out, that your message kind of resonates with them respectively. So